I'm going to answer all your Hermes questions with everything that I know, and I'll link all the questions timeline details in the description box down below for you. Leave me a comment to let me know that if you have any additional questions. Without any further ado, let's get right into the video. So there are quite some questions are actually essentially asking for the same thing, so I combined a lot of questions are together. The first question is one of the most asked questions among all of you. It's how to get a quota bags in the boutique. I actually have a dedicated video to talk about how to get a bag from the boutique. I talk about the SA relationship and also spending ratio. If you want to know how much I spend to get my Hermes Kelly 25, feel free to check out my video and I'll link it down below for you. And if you want to know how I was able to get my Birkin 30 in Paris, I'll link all the story and tips video down below for you to check it out. I know the times are different now, which we'll go into a little bit more detail in the next question, but I'm gonna emphasize 3 things. Like the first thing is your relationship with your SA, because it's super important that if you treat her nicely, if you are having a similar profile, similar spending with another customer, when a bag comes in and both of you are competing for the same bag, and when a bag comes in, who do you think that she will help, right? Of course, she's gonna present your profile to the store manager for approval. So it's crucial that to have a really good relationship with your SA. And then the second point that I want to mention is that it's so important to buy the things that you really love and enjoy, so you won't feel so bad when your dream quota bag has not arrived yet or you're still waiting for it. Even sometimes I get carried away for something like, oh, I gotta have to spend something, buy something in order to get my quota bag. But at the same time, I'm just like, oh, I really gotta buy the things I really love. I do constantly remind myself, so I want to emphasize this to you as well, so that you won't go into this negative emotion cycle while you're waiting for your bag. When it comes to the category, I still think that women's ready to wear, fine jewelry, and home goods are good category to work on if you want to build up your profile, because these category allow your SA to have higher commission and they will be more willing to help you, and they definitely speed up the process for you to get a quota bag to some degree. Which leads to another question a lot of you have asked, is that how hard it is to get a quota bag now. So a lot of you are aware that ever since 2020, all the production slows down and so many things happen in Paris. The factory could not keep up with the production, and also delivery. All these things has going on caused the low inventory and low stock. I don't know about other experiences, but when you think about your purchase experience, at least for me, a lot of things, like I'm not even talking about the quota bag, I'm talking about the other goods that I want from Hermes. It's the color or the size that you want. I feel it's so hard to get. It's almost impossible that every time when I ask my SA something, I say, oh, do you have this? 9 out of 10 times she's telling me that, no, I don't have it. I gotta have to look. She tried to source it for me from other boutique and somewhere else, but even that, a lot of times, some of the items that she's simply not able to source it for me at all due to the size or color that I want is not available. So you can kind of tell that these days are definitely different from before. It's not that easy to get other things, let alone a quota bag right now, right? I know some of you comment on my video saying that after New Year, so many people are doing unboxing this bag and that bag. I have no doubt about that. I believe it's definitely some people that's happening no matter what, and that they're just not affected by the circumstance at all. But I'm just telling you that for most of us, that is the case. Like the inventory is not as much as before. Some of you asked me if I get any quota bag, and you know that if I get a quota bag, you will be the first one to get notified, because I'll definitely unbox and share all the details with you guys. A lot of factors taken into consideration. I can see why I haven't got my bag yet. If you want to know all my quota bags, and I'll link my luxury wish list video down below and my Hermes wish list for you to check it out after this video. What I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of factors when it comes to if you get this quota bag or not, because I have friends that got quota bags recently in the San Francisco boutique, and also I have friends that spend a lot in the San Francisco boutique, way more than I do, and are still waiting for her quota bag. What I'm trying to say is that everybody's situation is different, that your spending, your wish list needs to be taken into consideration as well, and the timing is everything. I wouldn't compare. It's really interesting that I can't speak for other people, but actually my essay told me that it's still really difficult to get a quota bag right now, and she said it actually may be better for me not to get anything at all for now and just wait it out to see. And I totally believe that she's completely being honest with me. Just think about how hard it is to get other things, let alone the quota bags, right? So I thought for myself, for the next few months, my strategy is probably no big ticket item for me, not sometime soon, but I'm still gonna buy small things from here and there so that my essay remembers me. I just want to keep the conversation going. I want to wait out a little bit and then see, just like my essay said. So I hope that with time goes by, the production, delivery, everything is able to catch up, so the stock and inventory will get better and better for all of us. Leave me a comment down below to let me know your experience. Have you gotten any quota bag this year, and how's your experience? Any information that you have on how hard it is to get a bag now. The next question is asking if the global quota system has linked to the US profile yet. So earlier this year, some of you may read some of the articles saying that Hermes is moving to a global quota system, meaning before, when you buy bags in Paris, let's say you have already gotten 2 quota bags in the United States already for the year, and if you go to Paris to try your luck, if you're lucky, you will be able to get the 3rd Hermes bag. With this global quota system is saying is that if our profile is linked in the US and the Paris, they will be able to see our US purchase history, and the US will be able to see the Paris purchase history. So either way, if you have already gotten 2 bags for the year in the US, when you travel to Paris to try to get the 3rd bag, and they will simply not let you get the bag at all because you already meet the quota for the year. I know some of you comment on my video said your essay said the US profile has already linked to the Paris and already global quota system. I actually have not heard anything from my essay at all. So you know how I feel about the global quota system? I'm not worried about this at all. And the reason is because I'm in a super competitive city like San Francisco. If I need to spend $20,000-$30,000 on just a quota bag for the pre-spending, then I be honest with you, I'm really happy to just get 1 bag out of this entire year instead of getting 2 or 3. I think it's out of question. If I'm able to travel to Paris or something to get a bag, I'm really happy, but I'm not really like forcing. I'm not like a crazy big H customer that I must get 3 or more than 2 bags a year. I know some rumor is also saying that Hermes is gonna move to 1 quota bag a year, but I'm not worried about it. What's your experience? How about you? What do you think of the global quota system? I would love to hear your thoughts as well. Leave me a comment down below to let me know. The next question is how you maintain relationship with your essay. Do you visit her monthly or quarterly, etc.? I think maintain my relationship with my essay personally, I think I'm just like really being nice to her every time I see her. I really enjoy my conversation with her because I don't have a lot of social life, so I cherish those moments. And also like I thank her, appreciate her help to source all the things that some of the things are harder to get. She was able to get it for me. I definitely really appreciate it, and I'm telling her that I really appreciate her help every single time. You know how now I still have to make an appointment with her in order to go in to see her, but every time when I see her, I spend an hour with her. I wouldn't walk out the door without purchasing anything. So I respect her time and I do my research and I knows all these details. So I wouldn't want her to spend the time with me but not able to make the commission. I don't set a particular goal for myself, say I must meet my essay every quarter or every month, because every time you see her, you need to consider there's multiple factors. You need to consider how much you are going to spend, and of course the more you see her, the more you spend, the better, right? But you kind of have to strike a balance between how much you could afford to spend every time when you see her. It also depends on the item that I want, right? If she doesn't have the item I want or she couldn't source it for me, I will have to wait it out to see when it's available. Then I will be able to pick it up. So it's kind of out of my control. So for me personally, I don't really set planning, say I must see her on this interval. It's more spontaneous, but I do try to buy small things here and there and keep the relationship going and just be nice to her in general. So you know how my essay was telling me to wait it out to see right now? That suggestion may be able to apply for you if you're not in that rush to get a bag immediately. Waiting out might not be such a bad thing to do right now. I'm not saying that you should not get anything, but it's like maybe it's not such a bad idea to wait it out to see a little bit. And leave me a comment down below to let me know your experience and what's your situation right now. I couldn't fit all the questions in one video, so definitely stay tuned for the next episode, episode 2, for more Hermes questions. And let me know if you think this is helpful, and if you have any additional questions, also leave me a comment down below to let me know your experience. I would love to hear from you as well, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.